So now suddenly the list starts to grow about things to do, right? So you need to
Absolutely.
be fetching your traffic and average order value and conversion rate per SKU. Are you doing that once a week, once a month? And when you do that, are you capturing that data on daily basis or for a time frame?
Yeah,
How
it's a
does
great
it? Because
question.
yeah, you want to look at it over time, right? Because just looking at it once is like looking out the windows. Oh, it's raining, and then you walk out 2 hours later. There's no rain, no nothing. In fact, it's boiling hot.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. And yeah, I would say the standard really is looking at a daily level. Amazon keeps improving its APIs and its data streams over time so that, certain data points become available to you hourly. Obviously, you can usually jump in Seller Central as long as there's not big data lags and see on an hourly basis if you need that. But I would say, you know, there's so much going on Amazon. There's so many different places where you can find data that really like you've got to try to always simplify things down. And I think really pulling data at the daily level and then doing kind of your weekly and monthly trends over time is enough to really see quite a bit of success on Amazon.
Okay, so now we have another challenge. First of all, you have to go to Seller Central and fetch the reports daily, right? The
Yep.
second thing is once you fetch those reports, you have to put them together with the rest of the data. Now
Yep.
it suddenly starts to grow. So this suddenly becomes something that is more than an Excel or Google Sheets operation can handle, right?
Absolutely, especially as you scale across multiple brands, or if your product catalog starts to get really, really
Right.
large. You increase variations, or you just start bringing on new products. It gets big fast. So that's where typically you'll find a warehouse software or something like a Snowflake where you can start storing and setting up schedulers and scripts with Python or other kind of like ETL tools to be able to extract data from Amazon's seller API, their SP API, pull that data down into a repository. And then from there, again, this is kind of the spot where I feel like a lot of people get. They're like, okay, I know the data points that I need and I know where to go get them. So I'm going to go get them. And then all of a sudden you're sitting on a mountain of data. And then you get to that last step of, okay, now what do I do with this? Where do I start to visualize and contextualize all of this data that's sitting in a warehouse? And there's a lot of different ways you can do that. Again, and you made a great point. Excel or Google Sheets are a place where I think you can start really, really small and scale over time. But how you're able to extrapolate insights and actions out of the data is really where that secret sauce lies. And then
Yeah.
in an agency like at Padian or an aggregator like Thrasio, where you have hundreds of brands and hundreds of thousands of products, um, again, I find you need to figure out how you can manage a small subset of SKUs as if that is your sole purpose in life to just manage these things. And then you build mechanisms in order to help you be able to structure and scale things across hundreds of brands or hundreds of clients and hundreds of thousands or millions of products.